Our country continues to worry about balloons in the air, which are really nothing more than a distraction if you ask me. But why aren't more of us talking about the balloon of debt that our country is now facing? Trillions of dollars in debt, and for what? For Americans to continue struggling each and every single day? For seniors on Social Security, SSI, SSDI to be pushed to the brink of bankruptcy or affording just basic necessities? For small businesses to give up, which are the backbone of our economy? The problem is that we're not even close to the bottom yet, and the worst is yet to come as more economic signals of pain are now manifesting themselves in different markets. There's also more bad news for aspiring retirees, as data shows that many of them will enter retirement with little to no savings, as they have been lied to by so many around them. Are you planning to retire soon? Are you in retirement now and it's not looking so good? How do you feel about our economy at this point, and do you feel confident about your retirement coming up? I know me and my family are preparing for our retirement, though it is several years ahead. We are making preparations, investing in certain things, businesses, investing in gold, certain opportunities in the stock market, and even certain opportunities as they present themselves in real estate. But before I continue, please take a second, smash the like button for the video. Definitely helps out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and we're going to need a lot of that for today's topics that we're covering. Now, if you're in need of your daily dose of the truth when it comes to our economy, Social Security, government subsidies, SNAP, EBT, global conflicts, the housing market, the stock market, and whatever the heck is going on over in Washington, D.C. that affects our lives, our families, and our bank accounts, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you own a home, make sure your largest investment is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description of this video down below. Do you have a small business close to where you live? Of course you do. These small businesses, these mom and pop shops, they're amazing. They create jobs and are huge contributors to the economy of our country. But sadly, they're not doing as well as we wish they were, which is why I always try to support small businesses wherever possible. Small businesses continue to get hammered in this economy, and it's becoming much clearer that the backbone of our economy is it's starting to crumble. It's also now much more difficult for these stores to keep their doors open, as they have to raise their prices on goods as their own expenses continue to snowball. And that snowball hits a lot of points on the way down. There's the gas prices, you got rent, you got ingredients, wages, insurance, 401k benefits, not to mention the competition that they have to face. I mean, just Amazon alone will give these shops a lot of headaches. There are shops that have existed for a century, literally 100 years in business, and they're now having to close their doors. And with the recent trend that we're on, much more of these shops and businesses may have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and close down, as they're edged out by stores like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, and a ton of other larger fast food chain. I mean, think of it like trading in reality, like good home cooked meals for instant noodles. It's basically the same analogy. And it's not like these fast food chains are cheap. And that's why I try to come on here every now and then to tell you guys that there's nothing quite like cooking at home. Now, sure, you're doing all the work, but think about the savings, right? Think about the increased quality of the meal. And understandably, not everybody has the same amount of time on their hands. And for others, grabbing a quick burger and fries and a Coke from McDonald's, that's the best lunch that they can get, at least within their schedule. But we have to learn how to adapt to our time and to our situation. The problem that we have can be attributed to the mentality that everything has to be quick. You need to buy that car? Do it on a low down payment scheme that'll have you paying around $1,000 a month for the next 5 years. Want a home? Don't settle for something small. Get a 6-bedroom house before someone else takes it. Doesn't matter if you live alone or that the interest rates are sky high. You want to buy that new iPhone 14? I know it just came out, but you don't have the money? Don't worry about it. Swipe your credit card. You're hungry? Order DoorDash. There's plenty of fast food options in your area. But what about taking our time? What about saving our money? This is why the baby boomer generation is going to have a bad time soon, as they've been encouraged to incur debt rather than to save and to invest. Everything had to happen now. Nobody wanted to lessen their stress in the future by waiting a little bit longer. But I guess there's nothing quite like instant gratification. I mean, am I right? But are you willing to bet your future on Social Security and the government doing right by all of us? I sure the heck ain't. Isn't the government still talking about raising the debt ceiling because they've ran up the tab by so much that they're at the limit? You really want to rely on that kind of governance? And it amazes me that these people are still in office. And you might say that this is me being pessimistic, but no, it's just what's happening around us. Wouldn't you be scared if they told you that Social Security was running out of money and that your check's not coming? I can't even imagine the anxiety that some people would feel because of that. This This is the truth. And if the truth scares you, you probably should do something about it. Because if you thought that we were in tough times now, you have no idea as to just how bad things could possibly get. And this might seem silly for others, but were you aware that the internet search for canceling golf memberships has been going up? This is the people who are slowly waking up to the reality that they can't afford everything right now. And they're making these decisions on the fly just so that they can save money wherever they can. And as we see more and more Americans sacrificing their passions and their hobbies, pinching away at pennies just to afford what they need, we're seeing war crimes being committed in the Ukraine. Now, before I even start this, take this with a grain of salt. Videos have been coming out that drones are being used by Ukrainian military to drop chemical weapons on Russian soldiers. One of the more infamous videos actually shows a soldier withering in pain as canisters of what many believe to be deadly chemicals are dropped on him. Now, obviously, I can't show you the video, but some of you may have already seen this, or you maybe have an idea as to what I'm talking about. I saw one of these videos on Twitter, and it now makes so much sense as to why Elon Musk is limiting Ukraine's access to Starlink.
SpaceX sent thousands of Starlink terminals to Ukraine last year to provide internet communication. Now the company is saying that Starlink was, quote, never meant to be weaponized, and it's taken steps to limit its use with drones. Starlink relies on a network of satellites in low orbit around the Earth to provide wireless communication.
Now, there's also videos out there where you can see these alleged soldiers preparing these canisters, and they seem to be pretty open about it.
Bada-boom, jaga-jaga!
At this point, why aren't we seeing more leaders take notice? Why isn't NATO looking into this as a war crime? And if these actions are tolerated, does that mean that the Ukraine is free to commit war crimes against Russian soldiers? Russia has also said that they want to investigate this further, but Ukraine is saying that it's all disinformation, even though we see videos of supposed military bloggers showing alleged chemical munitions and laughing about it. Some are saying that these could very well be chemical weapons, because why else would they need to be hidden away in a fridge?
Холодильник я показувати не буду, ну хіба одне відділення. Ну добре, ще одне. Хто тут? Правильно, 2 десятка пуканів.
Elon Musk says that the continued use of drones via Starlink would prompt World War III, and this is exactly why they're limiting their access to it. But what do you guys make of all this? And can we safely assume that this is where part of our taxpayer money went? To be frank, we should probably know where all of our money is going. And it's even more important now that the economy is in such a trivial state. And this is why budgeting is one of the key aspects to financial freedom, not to mention diversification of assets. Now, I'm a huge proponent of diversification, and for the best way to invest in gold, there's a link in the description down below of this video. But then again, there's also cash flow. That can be easily solved by creating multiple streams of income through side hustles or even small businesses. And of course, we cannot forget about making money through wise investments in the stock market or real estate when good opportunities present themselves. Now, piecing all this together can really help out a lot in our journey back to financial freedom. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this, feel free to hit us up in the links in the descriptions down below. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. Now, before I go, guys, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up for the video. Also, subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. Appreciate you guys watching. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next video.